Every Saturday night, we have incredible guests coming into Saturday Night Show from sports legends.
This is Patrick Njiro with John Karani, JK on Saturday Night Show.
Media icons.
Hi, this is Mado, M-A-D-D, Mad with a double D, with John Karani, JK on KBC English Service.
Music and entertainment.
Pili aka Masala aka Mr. Ho Ho on Saturday Night Show SNS Pili.
This is John Katana of the Mushrooms on Saturday Night Show SNS with my namesake JK.
Don't miss the next exciting name to drop by on Saturday Night Show SNS with John Karani. Saturday from 8:30 p.m. Hashtag SNS KBC. KBC presents SNS Saturday Night Show.
Okay, all right.
Saturday Night Show. SNS Guest of the Week. Guest of the Week. SNS on KBC English Service.
It's Saturday Night Show SNS with me, John Karani, JK, and our guest today is Fred Obachi Machoka. Now, Fred.
Yes.
There is something called Fred's Ranch.
Yes.
And basically, it's like a resort. And it's in Isinya.
Yes.
And people come here and they say, wow. I mean, they try to associate you with the ranch.
Yes. And Roga Roga.
And Roga Roga.
They can't just find
They can't
connection.
just find the connection. So tell us, what is the connection here?
VOK and KBC are part of where I left part of my umbilical cord in terms of broadcasting. That's where I cut my teeth, and I've got a very big attachment to that station. But to answer your question, I've been lucky. When I was in the GSU, when I was in the forces, I did what? I enjoyed what I was doing.
Yes.
When I started broadcasting, I still enjoyed what I'm doing. When I'm doing my Roga Roga show, for example, I do that as a passion. I don't do that for monetary gain. I get money, I get paid for it, but it is not the driving force. I don't go there because I get paid and that is it. No, I love doing it. And this Fred's Ranch, we also love doing it. This is a brainchild of my family, my wife, Sophie. I thank her very much. My son, Victor, and his wife, Linda, and my daughter, Angel, and my other children, Santos and Marvin. We came together because this is our home here in Isinya. So I bought this land in 1993. And we started planting trees and just making it look good. And then we realized it's big enough to share with other people. So my son, Victor, and Linda are in the industry, tourism, that is in the hospitality industry. So when we were looking at what to do, because in this place I had planted about 1,200 banana bushes.
Bananas?
Yes. Then I just realized, I'm not into banana business. And then you can see I've got many animals, ng'ombe za maziwa and what have you. But then I said, I think we need to do something, different. So these people, we sat as a family and we agreed we can make it a resort. And so we opened a ranch. We started by a small kitchen and a bar, and people used to come and sit there and don't want to be inside. They sit out because we had planted grass. Then we realized people just like nature.
Love outdoors.
They love outdoors. So we removed all the banana bushes, most of them, and just made planted grass. And people are coming here. They are loving it every day because this is the only place they can find food directly from the garden.
So all the food actually comes from...
Almost 90% of the food that you eat at Fred's Ranch
comes
from Fred's kitchen garden. So kama ni nyanya tunatoa hapo, sukuma wiki, spinach, managu, chinsaga,
Yes.
even the milk that they take comes from our animals. So people love coming here. But above all, to be honest, I've realized that over time I've made so many friends, because a lot of people who come here also relate with me
Yes.
as a broadcaster. And I just want to use this opportunity to tell them, thank you. There is nothing I can give you back except just kuendelea kuwaroga tu.
Okay. Maybe finally, Fred, you could also give out a word of advice to the young, upcoming musicians, artists, or people actually who are in this field of entertainment. What can make somebody, stay as young as you and still be relevant so many years down the line and still enjoy what you're doing and people still relate? Because right now you have transcended so many generations, because even there are so many young people who are listening to you. Their fathers are listening to you, and maybe even their grandfathers used to listen to you. What is the secret here?
I don't know whether it's a secret per se, but I'll say first, I think God first. Everybody should love and respect God. God does exist. God exists, I can say that, because I see a manifestation of God in everything around me. I think it is important to believe in God and fear God. The other thing I can say is you got to have discipline. And discipline is not about the one that you are enforced to, to apply. It is self-discipline. What your mother and father taught you is very important, to be disciplined, to know that if you work someplace, you respect that job, whatever you do, because that is what pays you at the end of the day. That's what you're identified by. So be disciplined in whatever you do. Work, do research, and make sure that whoever you are serving, if it is the audience, you serve them to your best. If you fail, it's not because you didn't try. It is because that is all you could manage to do. But don't fail because you did not try harder. No, fail because you couldn't have done any better. So I think that is important. And then for the musicians of today, please listen to me and listen carefully. I am like a waiter in a bar or a restaurant. You are like the chefs. You are the cooks of the food that I serve to the public. So when you go to a bar or a restaurant, you don't get the cook to talk to. You always talk to the waiter.
Yes.
Kama chakula ni kibaya, unaambia waiter hii chakula
ndio atapeleka information.
Hii chakula si haikuiva.
Yes.
You understand? Yeye waiter ndiye anapeleka hiyo information to the kitchen. I am the waiter, and I can tell you that a lot of your customers are complaining that food prepared by you, either it is undercooked or overcooked.
Yes.
It needs adjustment. So listen to me. Kenyan musicians, you have an opportunity to go very far. Even with the gengeton, or hip hop, if that's what you have chosen, or rumba, or ohangla, or taarab. But remember that the music you have has 2 or 3 major ingredients, pillars that must be observed and sorted out and adhered to. 1, the lyrics have to resonate well with your target audience. So the lyrics could be societal issues, could be educational issues, could be about love, could be about the day-to-day occurrences. but let them be lyrics that are helpful
And relevant.
and relevant. When you are talking about love, don't think you are the expert. You invented sex.
Yes.
Because you are just a byproduct of sex. All of you, all of us, we are byproducts of sex. You understand? It was there before our great grandparents, and it will remain because it was created by God. So don't come in a vulgar manner and try and put a song together which you and your mother and your mother-in-law and your father and your father-in-law cannot sit down and listen to. But you want Fred Machoka and his children and his, other people of respect to sit and listen. So whatever you're cooking, make sure you can eat it yourself before you serve other people. Secondly, let the melody be good. That is all.
Thank you very much. Maybe before you leave, you could give a shout out to the people who've actually held you together all those years. You know, they've been guys who've been in your life. And unaweza sema huyu jamaa amenishikilia all those years, including also your family members.
Yes.
Yeah.
I want to give a big thank you to my parents, my mother, Mama Fred, and my father, Mzee Matthew Obachi. You realize I can't mention my mother by name because we are not allowed to.
I know.
Okay. My wife Sophie and my children Santos, Marvin, Victor and Angel, and my daughter-in-law Linda and Carla. Those are people who have been close to me. My brothers and sisters, I can't mention them all. They have supported me as a family. And then there are people who have supported me in the industry. Others are not there, like Saidi Omari Kasongo. The wife, Jueria Omari, I think you know her.
Yeah.
And there was Joe Boysakamwamtom, Leonard Mambo Mbotela.
Yes.
There are many people who held my hand, my big sister Adija Ali, and the late Gladys Erude.
Yes.
And then there was a guy called Samson Lipuka. Cornelius Nyamboki. There are many people who, and Karanja Kimwere, and the late Baro.
Yes.
These are people who supported me big time, and there are even others like Mzee Mohammed Abdullahi, that I consult, Kina Daudi Kanja, friends. So I just want to say, I can't count them all. There are many people in the industry that I want to say a big thank you to. But above all, my listeners who have been with me since the 70s till now, I have no words. May God bless you.
Thank you very much. That was Fred Obachi Machoka. He was my guest in tonight's edition of Saturday Night Show. Asante sana Fred for coming to the studios of Saturday Night Show. Thank you very much. Na
Thanks John Karani. You're doing well.
Kuroga.
Kuroga tunaendelea. Na wewe ukifanya kazi pande hii, we complement each other. John Karani and JK and SNS. That is special, Mazi.
Okay, thank you very much.
Weekend fun and music on KBC.
Great mix of music.
English service.
SNS Saturday Night Show
On KBC English service.